Welcome to our Team Core Power meeting tonight. I'm so excited for this topic and to share this. It has definitely been something that I've really enjoyed doing, the Shakeology parties, to help people learn a little bit more about nutrition and to really position them to have an experience with these products. That's really what it's all about, right? You know, we want to share our story, share our experience, but also have opportunities to create experiences for other people to really be able to have these products, learn that they work, learn that they're great, and to then be excited about a solution to help them get healthier and to help share that as well. So my name is Tina Salisbury. I am the founder of Team Core Power, and excited to have each of you here on this call tonight to learn a little bit more about how you can move forward with this concept in your business. So a little bit about, the whys. Again, we want to have people experience Shakeology, but it's a really great way to be able to reach a lot of people all together and to be able to really share and show your passion for these products that have really helped you. Think of your own story and how Shakeology has helped to improve your life, and that's what you want to share. That's what you want to get across, and you want to help people to learn and to grow. So my main objective, and the objective I always go into a shake and share with, is to add value to people with nutrition. So whether that's helping them learn a little bit more and understand really what their bodies need nutritionally, having a good experience with a product that definitely can make nutrition simple, a little bit simpler, and give them a healthy, convenient meal every day. Experiencing some recipes or some different flavors of Shakeology that they haven't tried before, and having a good experience with that, or even just learning how to make Shakeology. A lot of people just really don't know the best ways to do it, so having them there can really help you to show them how it's done and to how to have a great experience with this product. So go into it with that premise, and then I'm going to lead you through all of the steps that I do to have a good shake and share event. So kind of the prep work, first of all, is the inviting process. So that's where it all starts. So you want to start with your invitation process. So I recommend that you create a list of people that you want to invite to your shake and share. And the more the better. I would say try to invite 30 to 50 plus people depending on your space, because not everyone's going to be able to attend, right? There's always something going on or other things that people have planned. So if you invite 50 people, I would plan on probably 10 to 15, maybe more than that, but, coming, and you want to have that many people come to your event. So the more that you can invite, the better. So how I go about inviting people is I look at my current customers who really would probably benefit, again, from having a good experience with maybe trying some different flavors or seeing how I make Shakeology. And I invite potential customers that I'm working with, people who have maybe been interested but it's not the right time for them to move forward with this, or have maybe had some hesitations, to give them an experience with that. And then even some new people who maybe I haven't approached or talked to about this yet, but it's a great opportunity to say, hey, come and have fun at an event with us and to enjoy that. So there's not really any wrong or right people to invite, but have a list, create a list of people, and get started from there. So I recommend to personally invite those people, and how you do that really can be totally up to you. You can send via email or reach out via social media, or if you want to create invitations and send those in the mail, you can definitely do that too. But I really like sending a personal invite. So I'm going to show you an example. Let me screen share here of what I do. A couple examples of what I do. Let me see here. Okay, so this is an email that I put together for one of my shake and shares. So it just says, hi, I wanted to invite you to a small event that I'm hosting at my house. It'll be an opportunity to learn more about nutrition and Shakeology. I thought you'd enjoy coming to sample several flavors, and get some great recipes. Thought you might also like to invite a couple of friends who might be interested to learn more and sample too. No commitment to sign up for anything that night, just a great time with good people and to learn and try some new things. Would you be available to come as my guest? So always ask them and give them a call to action. I've attached a flyer for you with the details. Please feel free to pass this flyer on to others who might also be interested. Have a great week, and then kind of end with a personal message. So I created this, just a flyer or an invitation. This one I actually created in Canva, but PicMonkey can also be a really good one to create something like this, and just putting some of the details in there about what they're going to be experiencing. And then I sent this via email to a lot of people, and then I also private messaged people through social media with that as well. So that's one great way to invite. Another way to invite would be to just share on your social media. So this was one that I did for my upcoming Shake and Share event, which is going to be on Thursday. And I just created a short post, told people what we were going to be doing, you know, kick off some holiday cheer, sample some Shakeology flavors and some seasonal recipes, learn how to gain energy and make progress on your fitness goals through the holidays, you know, health tips, and then, you know, we're going to have a fun raffle for some holiday gifts for people who sign up with Shakeology or Challenge Pack that night. So make it fun, and here's another idea of the invitation, another invitation that I created. But, you know, get some exposure, and I recommend, just like your challenge groups, that you start inviting people about 2 weeks before your event so that they have time to plan and be able to be there and to be committed to that. So another way to invite would be to create an event on Facebook. So this is one that I did for a Shake and Share last May. And what's great about this is creating an event on Facebook actually gives you an opportunity to share a lot more information even before you have your party with people, so that they're learning more. And then if they don't come, they still have had an opportunity to learn a little bit more about Shakeology. So I'll just kind of scroll through a couple of the posts. I posted a couple of videos on here, and then you know, a couple of questions to get people engaged, and then here is an article about the ingredients in Shakeology, just a poll question, you know, which healthy habit is easiest for you, which one's hardest. And, you know, then I shared some information about the flavors, and then this was a post after the event. What I created was a 5-day Shakeology challenge, so that if people didn't want to sign up for a full 30 days, they could take this 5-day challenge and join us to do that that week, that following week. And we were going to, you know, what I did was, you know, we were sampling Shakeology for the 5 days, and then I also gave them a 5-day clean eating plan that they could utilize too. So, but you can see I was able to share a lot more information right off the bat because, you know, people were invited to this event. So an event is a really nice way to invite people as well. So, so that kind of shows you a little bit more about the invitation process and how to invite people to that as well. So once you've invited, now you've got to finish your planning before your event. So things that you'll want to get prepared. I like to always put a table out with, you know, various things about Shakeology. If you go to your Coach online office and you go to your business tools under Shakeology, there's a lot of resources. One that I really like to use is it's just an 8x11 PDF, and it shows the ingredients in Shakeology and what the benefits are of each of those ingredients, and it breaks it down into the nutrient groups. I actually make 4 or 5 of those on hard paper, on cardstock, so that I can pass that around to people so that they can really see what the ingredients are and, you know, what the value of those ingredients is. And that's been something I think that's been really valuable for them to see. I want them to know this isn't just a, you know, a shake, a weight loss shake, or, you know, compared to other things. I really want them to learn what's in there, and what is maca root and why should they have that, what is an adaptogen and why are those important to our body and what we need. So take an opportunity to learn and then share that knowledge with other people through your party. So you might want to put together some things for your table. So that could be ordering maybe individual Shakeology packets that you have available for them to sample. It could be, again, these flyers or different information that you have. It could be putting out some of the programs that you have. Like I always typically put out the 21-day fix, the DVDs, the containers, the meal plan, and PIO is another good one because those two programs are really good for all levels of fitness, so they're ones that people are probably typically most interested to start with, so I want to have those available for them to be able to see. And then now, we have the Shakeology boosts, so that would be a good thing to showcase, and even, maybe the performance line, at least having some information to talk about the Beachbody performance line. So I don't talk necessarily about all of those things, but they are things that I have available for them to look at, for us to discuss one-on-one, so that as we kind of finish up the discussion part of the Shake and Share, that they have the opportunity to really see that. So getting that prepped is a really good thing. And I'm going to give you a tip for your Shakeology samples that I learned from watching one of the past summit videos. But you actually, I ordered an extra Shakeology with just the individual packets, so the first time I did it, I just got the vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and since I've been able to kind of grow that to where I have samples of all 6 flavors, available so I can have them at these parties. So what I do with those samples is I create just little address labels, and on the address label it says, give this a 30-day try or a challenge, and then or what does it say? Should have grabbed one so I could actually show you, but it says want to try for 30 days, go here, and I actually put my Shakeology website on there. I'll have to get the specific language and I'll put that in this document that I'm going to create for you to go through this process. But you can put that on there, and the reason I like to do that is because if they do like Shakeology and they do want to try it or order it, I want them to come to my site, right? I want them to know where to order that from, to order it from me, so that I can be their coach and I can help support them. So having those labels with my website on there has been something that's really been helpful, whether you're doing a Shakeology party or you are just doing samples for other people. I always make sure that I have that sticker on there too. So another thing that I do is I have created a document that it's called My Shakeology Favorites. So on this document I give people step-by-step instructions on how to make Shakeology. So if you want a creamier shake, you should use more of a milk-based product. If you want, a thinner shake or a little bit more watery, then just use water. And then if they want it to be thick, to use ice. More ice, the thicker it'll get. So I give, and then blend it for the best consistency. So I give them these couple of tips to help them make their Shakeology the best. And then I also provide 2 or 3 recipes for each flavor, and so that they have some variety, that they can try some of the favorites that I like and how I like my Shakeology too. So now if I'm giving that to someone just for samples, I'll typically take out the recipes that they don't need and just use it, include the flavors that they have. But for something like this, or if they're going to get kind of a sampler pack or join your 5-day group, it's kind of nice for them to just kind of see some of the different recipes and have that too. So those are some ideas that you might want to have for your table, or have things available for people that want to order that night. So other things that you want to prepare ahead of time are to make sure you've got the things that you are going to help them sample. So for me, I typically try to prepare 2 different recipes of Shakeology, so 2 different flavors. So I want to make sure I have all of the ingredients that I need. I want to get those little like Dixie cups, like the bathroom cups for samples. That's worked really well to give people a good taste of that. So that's another supply that I want to give. And then you might want to try some different recipes. One that's a couple that have been really popular at the parties that I've done are to make them the Shakeology protein power balls, and to also make a chocolate fudgesicle, which is something my kids really love to have with Shakeology. So with the parties, I'll make a couple of recipes, but then I'll have just sitting out on the counter afterwards, some of these little fudgesicles. And what I do with the fudgesicle is I just make them in ice cube trays and cut up sticks, and just so it has a little stick, and they get a little sample of that, and then have some power balls out for them afterwards too. So when we're done and we're just mingling and talking one-on-one, they can go and try some of these other recipes and gain some new ideas of ways to use their Shakeology too. So you'll want to make sure to have those prepared ahead, have all of your ingredients, have everything that you need for your table, so that you have all of those things set up. So that's kind of your prep work. So now we're to the event. We're to our Shake and Share. I want to give you a little bit of information on how I run the Shake and Share and what I want to do. So I typically work to try to have a couple of my coaches or current customers that have enjoyed Shakeology at the party. And when I start, I usually will start by welcoming everyone there, talking to them a little bit about Shakeology, and passing around that ingredient list so that they can see what's on there. And then I usually ask one of my coaches or customers, maybe two if they are very brief, to share their experience with Shakeology, so that people are hearing how it's benefiting people, what it's been able to do for their life and or for their weight loss, right there. And then after I do that, I usually, depending how big the party is, if it's a really big party, I wouldn't probably ask this because it would take a lot of time, but if it's just kind of a smaller, intimate party, I ask people what interested them about being there tonight, what they really want to understand or learn about Shakeology, and just in general, what are some things they're working on to improve in their health. It's if you have a smaller group, it's been actually a really great experience to go through that and have them answer that question, because it really can help you direct what information you're going to share that night, but it also will help, it just really gets them drawn into a group, and ready to help support each other a little bit more too. So you can share a couple of stories or testimonials. I typically like to share one Shakeology video. So the ones that I typically like to share are either the Tony Horton Checks Out Shakeology. That's just kind of a light, funny, it's a really good way to get started, kind of an icebreaker. Or I show where do the ingredients from Shakeology come from. It's another just good 2 or 3 minute video that really kind of shows and again is teaching them the value of these ingredients and the nutrition of that too. So after I do that, I would typically show or start with the Shakeology sampling. So I would make one of the samples, tell them what's in it, and then pass it around for them to try it. And we briefly talk about it, what they think, did they like it, did they not, and give them a chance to give me some feedback on that. And then what I'll do is talk a little bit about the Shakeology boosts and what the value of those is and what they might want to consider them for. And then I show them the boost video while I'm preparing the second sample for them, so that they're not sitting just waiting. So the way I do that is I've taken my blender into a side room so it's not quite so loud. You can either have your samples prepared ahead of time, or if it is going to be loud, you might not want to show a video there, but it's a really great way to, again, continue to give them some information and kind of kill some downtime while I was making the second sample. So then I'll share with them the second sample. We'll do the same thing, talk about some feedback, and after that I talk to them more about what I do, about the challenge groups specifically. So you can talk about the challenge groups, and then if you have the availability, I would recommend actually pulling up one of your challenge groups to really show them the engagement, to show them the support, and what people are doing and seeing in those groups. Really get them involved with seeing that, you get the fitness, you get nutrition, but the big part of what they get from joining these programs is you. And they get support and they get accountability and they make sure that they're going to stay on track and that they're going to have a good experience and that they're going to be led to help, that you're going to help them to meet their goals and to stay on track. I think it's a huge thing and a really great opportunity for us to show that to people. So once I've done that, you can speak a little bit on the business side if you'd like to or not. I have done both, just depending on how many questions were asked or how much time. And then after that, I just kind of let people mingle. So I might have a couple of videos just kind of playing in the background, but I typically at that point will have invited them to my next challenge group and told them about the 5-day Shakeology party if they weren't quite ready to order yet, that they could do that. And then I mingle and talk and help people get signed up. So you want your kind of speaking part probably to be no longer than 30 minutes. You don't want it to go too long or be too overboard with information. You want to help share some things, get them excited about that, and then help them be able to sample the recipes, which is why they came from. And then you can answer questions one-on-one or do kind of a Q&A at the end to kind of wrap up. So some other great ideas that you could incorporate into this would be to tie some incentives. So, maybe with this party, you can have a raffle of some sort or something like that if you want to do that. Or, maybe there's a prize for people who sign up with a challenge pack that night or by, a certain time in the week. They get entered into a raffle for, some prizes. Typically, if people get the Shakeology samples that night or if they order, I offer them a free Shakeology shaker cup with 1 or 2 samples that they can take home that night and get started right away. So, make it fun, think of some incentives. They don't have to cost money or cost a lot of money. Maybe you could give them a free meal plan if they sign up for that, or again, just a sample in the shaker cup is not that expensive to put together with that too. So, think of some fun things that you can tie some incentives so that you can have a deadline for people. People work much better if there's a deadline and that there's something that they're working towards or they know they need to make a decision by a certain time. And then after the party, I will typically, put up a message maybe the next day on my social media telling people how excited I was about the party and, excited to help people get started in my group. And again, issue kind of an invitation for anyone who wants to learn a little bit more. And then I will reach out one-on-one to those individuals that came to the party as well and just, again, thank them for being there. Let them know if they have questions that I'm there to answer them, finish up with any conversations that might not have finished up the night before. And just kind of put a personal touch to it, which is really important. So typically I walk away with at least one person that is signed up. And a lot of this is just taking those conversations that you've already started having with people and just taking it to the next level. And sometimes in that follow-up, giving them an experience is the best way for them to get off the fence and get committed. So I love the opportunities for these because I think it really helps people feel more confident in a product that they maybe aren't sure of. They're investing quite a bit of money in Shakeology, and it's hard for some people to kind of break through that barrier a little bit to go ahead and to spend that money. So you giving them the opportunity to try it, to sample it, to see how it's made, to see how it's successful for other people will really help them to feel good about committing to that as well. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and email me or message me. My email address is TinaSalisburyFitness@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. And I would implement this, make it a goal to have a shake and share in the next 30 days. The holidays is actually a great time for parties and get-togethers. How great for you to have a get-together that actually people feel good about going to and eating well and gaining something that's going to help them to have energy over the holidays, or maybe right after Christmas as you're going into the new year. People are looking for those options that they want to be healthier. So if you do this now and help people have an experience with Shakeology, learn about your challenge groups, learn about the fitness opportunities that you are providing with your challenge groups and through Team Beachbody. Instead of going for a gym membership, where they don't have any support and they don't know what they're going to do and they probably are going to go for a week and fall off, you're offering them something that's going to really help them change their life. And, this is the time of year to do it because people are thinking about what they're going to do in the new year, or they leave the holidays feeling terrible and overweight and, they just want to change. So if you are the person they're thinking of, you're going to benefit a lot from this as we turn the corner into 2016. This is just another great way to plant seeds, to add value, and to create opportunities to help support people in their goals. So make action item 2, set up your shake and share in the next 30 days. Follow this process and have fun and be successful in sharing. Thanks, you guys, and have a good night.